the buffs this hero requires. And now we are seeing him on the main stage, on LAN, in a vital elimination match. There's a reason why. This hero, in my opinion, incredibly good. The new level 10 talent as well, plus 10 on the Hex damage amp. This spell is no joke. You get Hexed in the middle of a fight. It reminds me of the old Soul Amp from Shadow Deep.
Yes.
Like Soul Catcher. You're just like removing effective draw percent HP because of the effective buff. This is something I want to look out for, and I like the support duo that is coming out from Secret in general, because we also saw Puppey just popping off on the Furion this whole tournament, right? It felt like this has been his highest impact hero because it's a support that he can basically just play core on. And if there's one thing we know about Puppey, it's that he basically wishes he could play carry every game.
Yeah, pretty much. And we're going to see him already looking at the Phylactery, which is pretty interesting. I assumed he was just going to be rushing Solar Crest, right? No longer you can go the Medallion, which is probably a hit to Furion in his playstyle, but Solar Crest is still going to be value, but I guess you can't use it offensively anymore, so maybe that item is going to fall by the wayside. We'll see.
The battle begins.
Early smoke up from Team Liquid. Did not find anybody here. They're going to get a battle over the bounty runes here, and they're going to trade 2 for 2, but Mickey is going to take some serious damage from Boom on his way out.
This game might come a lot down to the tempo and like which of these support duos can create that for their cores, because if the Visage for Saberlight just gets off to a massive start here, there's not a lot that really deals with the familiars outside of, again, the flip side, the Mars being able to have his teamfight impact felt, especially if Invoker is maybe going to have a tough time mid, where we've seen mid one kind of lose lanes, but then come back in the mid game. This is a lineup with, of course, you're running Invoker plus the Faceless Void. You kind of want a slower game here, right?
Yeah.
You just want to get to your later core levels, go to the late game, get the double Chronosphere up where this game is probably going to feel impossible at that point. Because I don't think the Monkey is fighting this Void in the ultra late here with Invoker to back it up. Furion's going to push your lanes in. It's going to be hard to get that jump from Liquid side. So they're going to try and play faster here, put Saberlight in a position where he can just start mowing down these towers, take over the map, and then all of a sudden, like, do you have time to get to that late game? Do you have time to use these Chronospheres off cooldown and make them felt? And of course, maybe you're not going to have the mana to use it. This Lion proves to be as strong as everybody has claimed.
That was a rough one after the Time Walk gets hit by the Soul Assumption. That was another big buff about Visage that he received in this patch, is now that damage that, you know, he amps up, it's based off of before reductions, which I think is a massive buff to him, right? It means he's going to get those ticks of Soul Assumption a lot faster and just be throwing them out nonstop, especially when later on you get that like level 15 talent.
Way easier. The 15 talent also seems really interesting. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised to see like this Phylactery Visage style come back. Just play a lot more off the Soul Assumptions.
Yeah. On
top of your birds still doing decent damage here. We'll see what Saberlight opts to go for. His itemization, I think, is going to be the most interesting to me. Just in terms of how fast it ramps up.
Our mid matchup we talked about a little bit, and panel certainly talked about it quite a bit, is the mid one versus Nisha matchup, how that is probably expected to go the way of Nisha, and I think in this matchup as well, Pango versus Invoker, Quaswex Invoker, melee hero naturally has an advantage for CS early.
And Nisha is winning that lane. However, I do think this is an incredibly good tornado game, for lack of a better way to phrase it. Like, you're playing versus Lich, they saw that in the draft. You get your Dispel right away. You get extra control in the fight. And this is an incredibly powerful hero versus most carries, but particularly Monkey King. Monkey King really suffers versus Invoker in the late game fights because he's all about taking the fight in an anchor spot around the Wukong. And Invoker's happy to just either kite that out with Ghost Walk, slow you down with Ice Wall, you get disarmed, you get tornadoed. All these spells, they reset the engagement to where your Wukong is useless. If that ever happens for Secret, they're going to be super happy in those late game fights. So I think mid one is definitely the most impactful person in this game in terms of dictating where those fights happen and who is controlled in those engagements, right? So the lane, yeah, it's going to be tough here, but who cares, right?
Yeah. Are you expecting him to make that transition to Exort? I mean, he's got great Cataclysm combos, right? Basically,
consideration.
And the Mars. Box going to be in trouble here. First blood available.
Sprout.
Slowed down by the Sprout and the Blood Grenade, and he's going to be caught and killed. Puppey will take that first blood.
That's really good for Secret. This is not a lane I expected them to get aggressive on and take those kills down, but Time Dilation is going to do it, and Puppey straight in the top lane is going to make his presence felt on both side lanes here. This is exactly what we saw from him in that other Furion game. I think he's been the most consistently active on this hero in the lane phase, and it's usually winning Boom's lane. So Boom has traditionally had a very good start when Puppey plays this hero, whereas Crystallus has not suffered too much, and that is a decent recipe for success. Just leave mid one alone mid. It's kind of a playstyle that I think a lot of people aren't used to, because normally these TPs go around mid lane for the power runes These water runes just displacing that advantage. Secret happy to just let mid one sit there and soak up the XP.
Do you think that's kind of like a weird around, like it's outside the box? Is it a buff to Nature's Prophet, the fact that these gates now cost mana to go through? Like
sure.
there is a resource cost, so Nature's Prophet, he's able to make these rotations for free.
Well, half for free, you know. He's got to go back.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, it's the same as like a teleport scroll in theory. So the more you move around, the more it'll cost you. And Liquid just still not able to connect on the kills off this line. I mean, we're seeing Boxy go the 1-1-0, so he is trying to line up the Hex for the all-in with the Soul.
Another teleport coming into the top lane. Insania going to be caught by the spear. Puppey not even necessarily needed there, but it does make sure that Mickey can't really get aggressive while they're killing his support.
I mean, he's happy to get the bonus gold here. Puppey is already accumulating more net worth than his carry in this early game.
That's why they need to get this kill into Crystals, but they can't quite get it. Very low, but not quite enough. Meanwhile, a dive in the mid lane as Nisha gets aggressive on mid one. Gets his mana burned out, though. Can't really threaten him much anymore.
And Puppey is the one rushing Phylactery in this game. So he's going to try and transition all this early net worth into a very powerful kill item off the Sprout if you get it early, right? The earlier you get this, the better it is.
Yeah.
Maybe also due to the fact that, you know, Medallion got removed. So maybe your item choices are getting a bit streamlined here. Still, the fact that Puppey's able to skew this top lane as well is pretty big because this is a kill lane for Liquid. I mean, this is Lich Monkey, a traditionally very strong lane and one that's able to just run you down. So every time Liquid get put on the back foot up here, it's doubly nice as, yeah, Wolf's not going to work.
Finally get that kill that they would have been looking for.
All right, the Shadow Shaman's payoff later in the game. You know, he's
Okay.
not traditionally a lane dominator. It's just get the levels, get to the...
That's not what the panel talked about. He got bonus armor. He has some of the highest base damage.
I mean, bonus armor can only do so much.
Okay. Earn picked up for mid one, so very important to get that early kill, and it looks like the rotation is going to come right away. Yamach off of his death tries to surprise Nisha. They could have gotten that kill. They could have gotten the power rune. It both would have been really nice, but they're actually going to roll up nice and early. Yamach, he's going to be caught by this one. Yeah. Ooh, Sprout and pushed up to the high ground. Nisha is going to fail to get this kill as he's ran out of mana. Didn't want to shield crash up there off the wand charges, so he just gives up on it.
Courier as well. Man, Puppey's feeling this early game. He's had a lot of small, impactful moves, wasting an ult off Nisha there. Pretty big as Yamach makes the right read up the cliff. And while Liquid are kind of pulling ahead a little bit in the lanes, the net worth is stabilizing. And again, I feel like Secret has the much slower lineup in terms of cores, and you know, you're running a Shaman, so your early game's a bit rough.
Oh, you're not going to be able to make it out of there. Yamach right behind Boxy. Boxy thought he was getting a sneaky mid ward there to help protect Nisha from rotations, but he gets caught in the act and he gets his ward killed. So
really nice for Yamach. Huge amount of XP, and it means he'll get this 7-minute wisdom rune for sure as Puppey's fighting for the other one.
Oh, he blocked him out with the Sprout. He's going to make the teleport play. They do have Insania here. He's got the disable to be able to pull him back, and Insania does manage to get that wisdom rune just away from Puppey. Ever so barely, but he gets it, and they'll get the kill as well.
If you get that wisdom rune, you're going to blow this game open, right?
Yeah.
Puppey very close to outplaying him there. But it'll be a double TP move for Liquid to secure it, and once more that move from Boxy, it hurt him a lot. Getting the ward killed immediately, losing out on this gank potential, still stuck at level 3 down here. And all of this happening for the Lion means, you know, this Faceless Void has a much freer game.
Boxy showing up to the mid lane, not to refill bottle, but to give you a little bit of mana drain recovery there for Nisha, who's been constantly burned out by the EMP.
I mean, you have to think that Liquid want to combine these supports for something on the map right now, right? Because you're not going to get the XP off of stacking or random sort of, you know, I'm just going to take a lane and you move Nisha. It has to be Boxy and Insania combining, looking for the pickoffs. That's what these supports are designed to do. Puppey just TP straight into one.
Yeah, Puppey really just didn't care if he died whatsoever. Anything to try and secure that power rune. It actually goes over to Mickey, who made a rotation. That's a pretty interesting move. I mean, he's been left alone in that top lane for quite some time, so I guess he feels like his time is better spent.
I know some of these runes got buffed, but did they get buffed that much? Just throw your life at it. Mid one's going to find a random Boxy. Again, struggling to find the gank connections here.
Oh, he managed to get a two-man done with Nisha right there, but the Tornado's going to be able to intercept the Rolling Thunder. Now reset, gets it off and hits Yamich once. He's going to bounce over to mid one as well. Trying to finish up Yamich so Insanity can help him with the kill on mid one. It looks like they've got him both dead to rights. Double kill for Nisha.
Big connection there. I mean, Boxy's still sad he's not getting the XP, but this is what these supports are designed to do. Start killing for the cores, upping up the net worth pretty fast, and that's going to push Nisha into a very fast defusal here. Yeah, it is done on the courier. He just skipped the boots entirely here. This is about as fast as you're going to get it. At 9 minutes flat, it's flying out. He is very farmed after the double kill, and this is a good defusal game in terms of burning the mana off either of these supports in the fights or burning it off the Faceless Void or the Mars later. It's going to be very high impact. It's going to give him a lot more damage on these kill attempts.
It's crazy how big Diffusal Blade was in the last patch, and it feels like it could be just as important. Most notably because I feel like there were some overall mana changes, right? Like going through the gate costs you mana boots don't give you nearly as much. It feels like that resource may be a problem, which makes Diffusal Blade all the more potent.
I mean, it is a huge factor. It's versus the Invoker EMP in this game too, right? Yep. All these mana burn spells, usually, I mean, you're crying for your supports to pick up the Arcane Boots. If we don't see it as much, or we're seeing supports that don't utilize the Arcane Boots as much, definitely makes these mana burn spells a lot more impactful. it could see some anti-mage, you know?
Yeah, and I think Disperser was definitely being built quite a bit in the previous patch, and I think some people are excited about the new Disperser. No longer giving damage, but now giving a ton of agility. So some of these agility cores are going to really reap the benefit of that.
And it'll be Saberlight who picks up the mana boots in this game, actually. So it's him providing the mana for everybody else. Looking into a Vlad's potentially. Now remember, this Vlad's doesn't build anything, so he's just, you know, getting it online for his other two cores and the birds here. A nice little damage buff. But still, we're not seeing what Saberlight necessarily wants to scale into in the mid game here.
Yeah.
Just picking up some small skirmish items, and once more, Liquid showing that they want to fight often, they want to fight early, and they want to bulldoze these towers. Early defusal plus a Vlad's pickup would allow you to do that, allow you to do early Roshan as well. So Liquid saying, we're going to put you on a clock here. You better be ready for the fight, because it is coming.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Team Secret did everything you could expect them to do to secure the laning phase. But it could just fall apart if these pushes from Liquid succeed. Caught in the cold snap, plus they have the Sprout there to continually tick that damage, ensuring that the MP lands. He does have a regen rune. Now that doesn't give the big boost right away, but it is going to come into play here as they come in from behind. A sneaky kill onto Puppey here. Swashbuckle, not quite getting it, but finally Soul Assumption is there, but now he's been caught by the arena as the rotation comes from Boom, securing a trade-off in kills. Chrysalis comes in from behind, catching Boxy out as well. They'll be able to get 2 for 1. Once again, Team Secret well aware of Team Liquid's constant moves into the mid lane and countering it well with heavy rotation.
This is just a hard tower to rotate into if mid one is full of resources. Like, the Invoker's always going to displace one of your heroes, and then the timing's just going to get thrown off. You also don't have that Finger of Death yet, so while you get the Puppey kill, Secret happy to just pull all their cores in and defend the tower. This is the most important tower for them in the game. The longer they can keep it up, the worse Saberlight's map movement's going to be. Right now, I mean, Boom is just having the best game of everybody. Once again, those early rotations top from the Furion really set him up nicely, and he is Omega farmed on this Mars. Basically unkillable with the double bracer.
Thinking about it, Power Rune spawns bottom. Arcane Rune, very important for both of these heroes. Tango would love to get his hands on that, but it's looking like they're going to have to fight over it. Yamich gets there a little bit late to stop the Arcane Rune pickup, and with all these extra supports here, they're going to try and go for the fight here. Trying to burst down the Shadow Shaman, quick and clean, that's not a problem. Secret have abandoned him.
He was debating dropping the wards there. But again, if you're Secret, keeping these ult-ups for the objectives fight, I think feels better. Like, you want to fight around this tier 1 mid, so unless you're getting a really good skirmish somewhere random, and get counterplay open. And yeah, I mean, this is the forced move, right? Like, Saberlight needs this tower down to control the aggressive jungle area, and it's what the Vlad's is designed to do. But again, the turnaround,
he do a lot of damage, breaking through his armor so damn quickly, and he just dies. Not even the armor from the Lich could save him, and Puppey doesn't go down easily, especially with the lack of a mana. That Diffusal Blade stops doing damage, and a beautiful Chrono. Chrysalis was already going to feast on this team fight, cleaning it up, but the 3-man Chronosphere secures it.
And even Puppey survives from the birds on the backside, so Liquid get nothing out of that for 4 heroes. Another Saberlight Visage rotation that yields nothing off the early Vlad's pickup. He just feels way too squishy. He gets hit by a couple Furion spells and like a tornado. He's half HP, he's tanking tower, Urn Charge ticking him. And of course, what really seals the deal here is this time dilation. This Faceless Void has wreaked havoc in these early fights with dilation going into the Pangolier. You just can't get multiple spells off. I mean, the 3-man chrono is just way too easy there.
Yeah.
This mid tower has proven the bane of Liquid's early game here. And once more, Secret, they're happy to just take these fights, go back to the jungle, farm back up until their ults are there, as Boxy is still looking for a finger of death in this game.
It's the God's Rebuke. That's going to slow things down a little bit on this kill. As he got out the Chain Frost will make things a little weird. They certainly have the kill in the support, but Nisha might be able to get a return here as Puppey. Yeah, he's certainly dead. Mickey's going to jump into this fight. They're going to chase for more now. Rolling Thunder is up on Nisha, but a blink away. Yamich, he's going to be the target instead. Birds are coming in, dropping him, slowing him down. And all they need at this point is maybe a swashbuckled land. Mickey will catch up to him. They get him eventually. There's that double kill. Liquid again going to try and force this rotation into the mid tower. They want it so badly. Ooh, missed out on the boundless strike. Swashbuckle does land, and he's burned out of all of his mana here. Mid one doesn't have too many things to protect him, but they can't keep up.
This will get them to mid tower, though. Finally, and the third time's the charm. Pick some heroes off first definitely helps instead of just forcing that, 4v5 where Mickey wasn't joining earlier. And we get the next set of Wisdom Runes. So that'll finally give Liquid access to both their ultimates for the first time. A little delayed, but better late than never. So now it's a question of how well you can control the map as...
Boxy's doing it, man.
Yeah, he is. He's maxing the drain. I mean...
Maxing the drain and going straight to the shard at 15 minutes. No Blink Dagger rush. He's going to try and buy that shard upgrade right away.
Prophecy fulfilled. What more can you ask for? Yeah, he's just going to buy it. I mean... I think there's an argument to be made about not buying it, but if he feels like it's going to be that impactful in the fight, I guess the question is if he just sits there and mana drains you.
Did he just trade a salve for his life? He left it behind and kept his life intact. Okay.
Little peace offering.
Yeah. Secret. I mean, what they really wanted out of that would have been best is catching that Monkey King, who has been kind of slowly
caught him anyway.
Got him with the spear into the arena. Beautiful setup. Now that Sunstrike's not going to do that much damage with this much follow-up. Maybe they can still finish him off. They need more damage, but it's just not coming, and Mickey is getting the lifesteal out of this because Nisha has completely caught the back line with the Rolling Thunder. Mickey, he'll just start lifestealing off of Puppey.
Nowhere to run.
And eventually get that kill. So that, it seems like at this point in time, Avery, whoever makes the first move ends up falling first as well.
Because both these lineups are very good at turning around the engagement once you commit on the frontliner. Like the Frost Shield there is no way you are getting through a 1500 HP Monkey in Wukong armor with Frost Shield plus the Pavis, as Insania just rushed at this game. The second you commit on a single target, you're in trouble, basically. Unless mid one's there to like dispel all these buffs, and then maybe you can take the extended fight, right?
Yeah.
And for Liquid, it's got to come off the back of the Rolling Thunder. The Rolling Thunder can create space around the target you go on, as Yamich will Ward Trap.
Whoa, Puppey actually TP'd into this one? Okay, they're actually moving the Chrysalis over here, so he is giving up his life for his team to maybe have a chance at this.
It's getting drained, man.
Saberlight and Mickey, they're both staying away. Boxy will finally be going down here. The Familiar's going to control on mid-one a little bit. They need to be able to catch this Visage, though, and boom, with this rotation through the gate is right on point.
Solid read to just take the fight with the Furion and keep him there long enough for the cores to react. This is not a part of the map that Secret want to give up these deep jungle areas. I mean, Mana Drain did some work.
They really did.
He got 2 off. It's almost 1,000 damage.
I mean, they don't have too many ways to actually, like, hit him with physical damage unless
That's what I'm saying.
Void is there.
It kind of just has to be Crystallis, right? Or it somehow gets... Or you jump the line.
I mean, just wait till he starts buying plate nails.
That's true. Valve's created a monster. He bought a Wraith Band.
Nice.
I mean, that's the poor man's plate mail, I guess.
Yeah.
He actually bought a Wraith Band. I mean, I would understand at the 25-minute mark. Is it that good right now?
I saw somebody got the new Tier 2 Light Collector. Produce a brilliant flash of light that destroys trees in a 325 AoE. Why would a Monkey King want that?
Does he destroy his own tree? I assume he does.
Yeah, I would assume
He
so.
can grief himself. It's the future.
Let's see. The passive provides wearer with health regeneration during day, mana regeneration during night.
Yeah, this item seems anti-synergy. So you always want to be near trees, but...
Yeah, that is a little weird.
Yeah, hands out. They got a backstab on the supports here from both teams.
Nisha thought about looking for more, but better that he doesn't right now. Oh, Boxy a little bit of whiff there.
He's invincible.
Yeah, you can't touch him mid-one. He's gonna drain more mana.
Yeah.
And you got what? The Arena and Chronosphere. This Lion is a goddamn threat. They have to stop him, apparently. Spear comes on through. Beautiful stuff. Hits Nisha and pins him to the wall, but he got off the shield crash. That'll protect him for now with Mickey coming through the Wukong's command. They'll feast on some wards here, get some extra gold off of that. Ultimately a trade-off that I think actually goes the way of Liquid because of those wards and the heavy ultimate usage to kill Boxy's Lion.
I mean, when you identify the raid boss, you got to take him down.
I guess
Just throw it all. I kind of understand the chrono because like you're worried about the counter plays there, I guess. But even then, like the roll was already used, right? Maybe you're trying to just prevent Nisha from going back in and towards the end of it.
I mean, they must have thought there was more heroes behind that Lion, right?
It just looked a bit funny, but yeah, they did kill Boxy.
They got him.
By the way, 7th death for him. He has really struggled to stand there and
Yeah, Yamich is also not having the most fun in this game either. Both
got
these
it.
4 positions are just being tackled by the enemy team in these 3-4-man ganks. Midwan burned out of mana.
nice move.
Get the kill over to Saberlight.
And that's 4 Deso charges instantly off that single move that just got picked up from
Uh-oh. Boom. Yeah. Little dicey there. A fast move from Team Liquid after getting those kills in mid lane. TP up to top.
This is the point in the game where Liquid want to take the fights for the bigger objectives. Like, they want to be getting Roshan in this period because Secret are pushing towards their next set of items, but they're away. Like, you have 3,000 gold on Boom right now pushing towards the BKB, and you just picked up the Midas for mid one. So, while you're trying to get to these BKBs, including Crystallis, this is a big item gap where if Liquid can take advantage of it, they have to be favored in the 5-on-5 in terms of itemization right now.
Sure.
You just picked up a drum on Saberlight. You just picked up a Solar Crest on Insania. Again, all the little items coming out for Liquid here signals that they want to be taking these fights as frequently as possible into more objectives.
Yeah, if they get to BKB on Faceless Void, I don't know what really threatens him on the side of Liquid for like a solid 10-15 minutes.
I mean, his biggest problem is the physical mitigation from Insania. Frost Shield plus Solar Crest. That's what he has to fight through. And these heroes are pretty tanky right now, right? You have Vlad's giving you some extra armor. I mean, the Lion's invincible, so you're going to have to chrono him.
Of course.
And of course, the Pango and the Monkey they both feel pretty tanky, especially if the Wukong's up.
I guess that's where the Maelstrom feels quite nice on Faceless Void nowadays, is trying to protect their Wisdom Rune. Nisha hops in a little bit too late to stop the Wisdom Rune being gone, but if they could kill Midwan, that would be worth it. Coming in, Chrono's here. Locking down the Vistage and the Birds very nicely. See if Saberlight is going to live through this one. He actually has the shard, so he's going to be okay for now. In that stone form, Nisha in the back lines, though, he's rolling the Thunder, ran out. Yamich caught him with the disables, but Mickey to the rescue. Kills Yamich, takes away those disables, and now they're out of damage. But once again, farm the wards after winning a fight.
Just so tanky. Again, the second you get in there with like a decent shield crash, the focus priority from Secret's just all over the place. Puppy, he TP'd way in the back and just got Wukong down. So you're going on 3 different parts of the fight at the same time if you're Secret, and you end up getting nothing there. Sustain working out really well for Liquid as, I mean, Drum and Vlad's for Saberlight, plus that shard. If he can just stay alive in the fight and provide the auras, he's doing his job.
Big part of this also Nisha being level 15, so he has that extra 3 seconds of Rolling Thunder. You can see Midone just not doing anything.
Yeah, he did not get to play Dota here. He just got solo killed basically. Yeah. He actually did die to the Tormentor. That's, you know, got a little bit
he died
going
to the
for you.
like swashbuckle on both of them.
AOE, but yeah, still, the bigger problem is Nisha just only one mid got to play that fight.
Yeah.
And like I talked about, I think Invoker is the most important hero for Secret to have up for the duration of that fight past the Chronosphere. He's their control, he's their longevity in terms of damage. Getting the Alacrities out later is going to be really important as well. So Crystal is still having a tremendous game here. And I feel like that's what's keeping Secret in this. But if they get Roshans and they have Aegises, suddenly it's harder for Crystallis to go in and just pick some of these heroes off, right?
Yeah.
The tankier they get, if they get a second life, could be looking at a pretty early high ground here.
I mean, that makes Midone dying even worse, right? Some of their scaling is gone if this Invoker can't get maxed out Exorts.
And he wants that Axe as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Throw the Cataclysm into the Chrono. It's going to help make sure it counts no matter what. Especially since Crystallis has been catching 2 to 3 heroes every time. These fights have been pretty clumped from Liquid. And it will be the Ghost Scepter for Boxy, not the Plate Mail. Note that down.
Left a Blightstone behind. Guess nobody needs it.
I never thought I'd see the day where there's only 1 point in Impale.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Used to be the
under
only
attack.
skill you max. Now it's the last.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So the question is, do you want to go high ground with this Aegis?
Yeah, I mean, Liquid are pressured in a lot of ways, right? There's no way they want to let this game go too late. So they need to make as much happen with this Aegis as possible. It starts with taking this tier 2, but going into high ground is very dangerous.
Radiant's
It's an awkward lineup to go high ground into. The Furion's going to split push you. You have insta-hex available if you try and jump them behind the tower, and then, you know, Chronosphere Invoker turnaround, plus a Mars and Skibby. Not the easiest heroes to take that fight.
No.
They'd rather get the pick off first, and they're looking for it, but BKB should get him out. So again, the map's getting split right now.
Well, that's where Puppey and I guess Midwan are going to have to pull in some double duty here. They're going to have to clean up the waves while also being available to defend high ground when needed. This would be a nice pick up here in the top lane if they can get it, but they have already seen it coming. They're going to finish off the Lion's Shore, but Yamish is going to be caught, and if Midwan's not careful, he's surrounded by heroes right now, invisible of course, but they spot him for a moment off of 1 sentry.
That's such a classic Dota situation. Lion and Rasta both die for each other. Everybody else leaves.
I mean, that situation has to be good for Secret, right? They rotated all of
Yes.
Liquid's heroes back.
Anything that stalls out this Aegis period, they're happy with. And I think, honestly, they're going to get more gold out of the map with their heroes than Liquid, even though Liquid are in a stronger position right now.
Sure.
This gold lead is just not going to grow. It's too hard to stop the split push action on right now. I don't think Secret have any interest in taking the 5-on-5 unless Liquid really force it like the high ground or something like that. And it'll be Ags for Puppey. So he took a brief stop at the Force Staff and Phase Boots just to get some extra, you know, skirmish power going. But this Ags is probably the biggest item he can get in this game. I don't think anything about that has changed.
No.
The Disarm Root's just going to be really nasty for this lineup. Particularly the Monkey King if he gets caught in a weird spot. Again, the longer this game goes, the more Mickey has to battle into.
I mean, also just when you're trying to end the game, having this ultimate up every wave is insane. Wrath of Nature just clearing out all the
60
waves that are
seconds.
trying to push in.
Feels damn good.
Yeah.
Still 2 minutes left on the Aegis. Mickey is trying to catch mid-one. He missed the dust, actually.
Radiant's middle tower
That was very
is under
close.
attack.
Land that, you might be able to connect, but that's another smoke move that Insania popped. Just yields nothing, as Secret too elusive on the map right now.
I do like the split that Liquid is doing here, where they're taking tier 2 towers, but they're simultaneously hunting. It is risky, though. You never know when Team Secret might just decide, let's take 5 to, you know, one of these side lanes or
Catching it again, and there's a second dust.
Got him this time. Tornado cannot come out in time.
And he melted there. This Invoker has absolutely no armor. He gets caught by Mickey with the Desolator. You are gone. And it's been Mickey trying to set up the catch, not Boxy, right? Downside of this kind of defensive, shard-oriented line build, you're not really catch.
There's
They
a
pick
big
the ghost off.
Actually got pushed away from the arena walls. They needed that extra bit of damage here. Boxy's gonna live. Oh, that is unfortunate.
Very clutch ghost up there. Mitigate some of the damage. And now they might catch Boom.
Yeah, he's still gonna be caught here.
Gonna have to beat
As he's gonna have to pop BKB and TP out, which he will.
Actually could have maybe just TP'd there. And he used both stuns, but he doesn't know where everybody else is.
Sure.
And this Aegis will run out, 50 seconds left. Secret pushed through this period. Liquid got a decent amount off the map, maybe more than I thought, because I mean, these two supports are not going to farm anything, so they're not going to grow the lead. It's going to be based off your cores. And Nisha's getting big. Full soul booster in his backpack, so he's ready to get another item here the second this Aegis expires. And I mean, Mickey, he was able to complete an entire harpoon during that. So you're going to trade this harpoon for full Mjolnir on Crystallis, who is still, you know, the one guy scaling really well here for Secret. But, I mean, these next couple fights are really going to come down to the Chronosphere, it feels like. How much can this Faceless Void do, who is also yet to die in this game? 7-0 right now. That's a big streak if Liquid pick it up, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Mickey also has a crazy high streak. He's only died once, but that was in the early death. Since then, he's picked up 11 kills. So anytime any of these carries get caught, it is a big win for the opposing team. Another pickoff here is Yamich. Again, they're just trying to get out there somewhere, do these little split-pushing, annoying things. So far, Liquid is keeping up.
Classic Shaman game. I mean, if you don't have double-digit deaths on Shaman, you're not playing the hero, you know?
Faceless Void, Crystal's picked up the Nemesis curse.
Yeah, I was looking at that. It's
Yeah.
pretty interesting. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because the downside of this is you're taking more damage, but if you're a Faceless Void in Chronosphere, in theory, you're not taking that much more damage.
Yeah, combined with Mask of Madness, it's actually pretty crazy. You're really amping up your single target damage quite a bit. Now, granted, you're also amping up the damage you take, possibly, but for those of you guys who don't know, Pacify, it puts a debuff on a hero that increases the damage received by just that hero by 12%. So just flat out, 35 damage, and he's increasing his damage when he's hitting somebody by 12%. Pretty powerful.
It almost feels like if you get the Chronosphere off before the Wukong, you're pretty happy, but if the Wukong goes out and then you have to take a fight by going in with Chronosphere while the Wukong's just there, maybe killing somebody else.
Pulling it back in, hitting with the spear. This is the pickup. Oh, Vicky got off his BKB. No more disables were left. They're trying to fight through it, but it's just not enough. They are lacking the damage to fight through that BKB, and now Secret's in trouble. Oh, he went back in, got him inside the Chronosphere. Gets that kill, finally picks up that beyond godlike streak. Chrysalis now going to try and run down more. Puppey being targeted by Nisha right now inside of his own Sprout. Will end up falling. Chrysalis is Yamich now trying to get out after the buyback coming up from Boxy. Got to get away from these disablers.
Remember, he has no BKB here.
If he gets spotted, he's probably dead. But if he stays...
He went into the bird.
No, he went into the bird.
Wait, no stun?
But no stun. The bird didn't drop in time. Oh, and boom, gives the tip over to Saberlight.
It was almost like that leap was... It was so weird. Saberlight got confused. I feel like that should have been a kill. And that was, again, that was the big one to pick up. That was the 8-0 streak for the Faceless Void. Yeah, would have given you so much map control here.
Yeah, how much gold did our Faceless Void get out of that one? That was massive pickup for him. 1,000 gold and 796 for his team.
And again, like we see there, right, it's about when this Wukong comes out, when the Chrono comes out. If Crystals can come in after all is said and done, he's pretty happy in that situation. Still, that Monkey King is so damn tanky. In fact, he can just sit there with so much bonus armor right now. If you don't kite it out, you're just in trouble. Still, it's a big swing in this game.
Yeah, the threat of the Faceless Void is growing all the time.
Yeah, it is gloomy. As Secret are still looking for these big Aghanim Scepters. They finished mid one, so Cataclysm online, going to make this Chrono threat even greater.
Yeah.
And Puppey is closing in on his. He's 900 off.
I mean, that just makes the high ground harder and harder and harder for Team Liquid. They're definitely going to need the next Roshan, which is another point of contention for Team Liquid, because that means they're grouped up for more of that teamfight action, more of those Chronospheres and
it's the double-edged sword. I mean, their lineup is also very good around the pit. Like, you can just commit the Wukong at the end of Roshan. That spell's only 80 seconds now. I don't think you're too worried about committing it for objectives. One of the nice parts about that buff. But that's definitely a dangerous situation. And full Nullifier completed for Boom here. Another really big pickup. Gives you another way to deal with this Frost Shield and some of these annoying debuffs Insania has been throwing out. Again, you're just trying to find yourself in a burst situation. And I feel like the one player that's been doing work in this game consistently is Nisha. He just hasn't been shut down in a lot of the fights.
Yeah.
And he is scaling like a beast here. Thinking about Aeon Disc, I think that's pretty reasonable. Maybe he can just go in first, set the fight up for his Monkey King, not be worried about getting chronoed. Well, I think Basher is also a pretty damn good consideration in this type of game.
He may want to reconsider that with the Nullifier being completed by Boom.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking, okay, this Aeon Disc seems okay right now, but will it be great in, the next 3 or 4 minutes here?
Yeah.
And he has also gone for this Nemesis curse, so very aggressive choice, but again, he's not been the one getting focused down in the fight. And he deals a lot of damage right now. He will keep that Aeon disassembled. That is something else to look for. If Nisha can assemble the Aeon disc, almost beta Chrono out or something, it's kind of hard to notice this off an initial jump for Crystallis. That's an easy fight turnaround there.
Smoked up, not sitting inside the pit waiting for that Roshan.
And look at all the summon scouting.
Trying to catch Secret as they push out towards the pit, not finding anything though. Between the familiars and the treants and everything else, Saberlight, he's gonna cut through now. They have an idea. Nisha immediately popping the Rolling Thunder, but Team Secret, if they could just get out away from all of this one, it's a big ultimate down, but he did get picked up once on Chrysalis, and Puppey's going to be caught on the high ground there, spotted by the familiars. Nisha still rolling around, still trying to slow down these heroes. Rolls up a little bit longer, and now Mickey's going to jump in with
they're all
BKB.
stuck in
They
it.
have the arena, but they're stuck inside the Wukong's man. Crystal is going to be able to get away over the side, has that Chronosphere on it too with Cataclysm coming in. He finished off the Pango. Can't go for Mickey though. They have to leave him behind. Meanwhile, well, Damage does what he can, but he's throwing away his life to try and stall up these heroes and let his cores get out of here. Still trying to get it though. They have the Tornado, finishes off Boxy, slows down the rest of these heroes. Just trying to get Boom out of here.
Yeah, the kiting.
Beautiful EMP. That almost seems like an opportunity for Secret to pursue.
Yeah, they're like thinking about going back in there with another jump. I mean, when the Wukong's down, I don't know if you're afraid of too much, but Mickey still feels untouchable once that spell goes off. Like, you're not dealing any damage to him. Even the Cataclysm, it just felt like it chipped him there.
Yeah, tickled.
And Crystallis just has to get the hell, preserve his streak here. And Nisha's he's just too big of a problem. This Rolling Thunder duration is nasty. They have no control for it, though they will catch Mickey without a
This would be
Wukong.
amazing if they could blow him up. They have the Nullifier to be able to take away that armor with
He's
the
gone.
meatball right on top, and they'll finish him up.
What were you
Great
doing there?
pickoff. Team Liquid, they would have taken that Roshan. There was no Chronosphere to be able to contest this, but now without their carry, they're going to be run down. Insania is the first one to fall. Saberlight is able to get away thanks to his Aghanim Scepter flying and invisible. So it's Team Secret who will pick up that Roshan now, and that is a massive blow to Team Liquid. A huge win for Team Secret. I have to feel like they are majorly favored to win this game now.
That is probably the biggest swing in this game, and it all starts with Midwin just scouting in the Ghost Walk, catches Mickey off guard, playing a little bit greedy on the map when he has two heroes dead, and most importantly, that Pangolier that has controlled every fight for Liquid this entire game. Yeah. And of course, Wukong was like 30-second off cooldown. The thing you can play around in this game is that Wukong is going to be up for decent chunks of time when the Chronosphere is down. Like you were saying, that Roshan, in theory, it's Liquid's with the ult.
Oh, Crystallis, now it's his turn to get slipped up and caught.
Does have a
He's
second
gonna
life.
lose that Aegis right away. They're probably not going to try for the second life. No reason to
He's
do
just
so.
sticking
They actually
around.
do hit him with the stun all right away, chaining it up. No, PKD goes off from Crystallis and time walks away. But big resources
they're
costing,
chasing.
and Chase actually hit him with the Hex as the BKB wears out. He gets disabled. Yamage running interception, just trying to stop these heroes from chasing Crystallis, and he does so successfully, though it costs him his life once again.
The Shaman sacrifice.
How many more times does he need to sacrifice to give Team Secret a win here? 14 deaths for Yamage.
It's a rough life out there.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's just bailing these carries out, man. And yeah, like you said, Crystallis gets caught. That's a BKB down. He did not have Chronosphere up. Awkward situation. But will still preserve that streak. He's yet to die in this game. And finally, Secret will try and get a Tormentor of their own.
Yeah, they didn't get it when it spawned at 20
I
minutes.
don't know what this attempt is. It looks pretty bad.
Yeah. Oh, no!
I mean,
Come on, guys.
I feel like that one was not hard to read.
No.
That was not going to work at all.
We saw it coming a mile away.
Also, he's dead for 80 seconds.
Oh, my God.
That's not like, oh, your support died for 30. That is an 80-second mid player off the map. That was his dieback. So maybe in some ways, is that good in a way? Like,
He gets rid of his dieback
yeah, you get rid of your
timer.
dieback timer while there's nothing happening. There's no Roshan.
I mean, we'll just see what Team Liquid does to punish this 60-second window they have left.
I mean, I'll tell you one thing. If I'm mid one, that's what I'm saying in the comms right now.
Intentional.
I'm like, yo, don't worry, guys. That was my dieback timer.
Yeah, right. We're not trying to fight anyway. Chronosphere. Actually, Chronosphere is off cooldown. Well,
This looks like Disperser pickup for Mickey while the Basher, or Basher for Mickey while the Disperser's going to Nisha. I thought Nisha would have wanted a Basher in this game as well, considering how little control they have for the Rolling Thunder. Like, it doesn't seem like Crystallis wants to commit a Chronosphere for this Pangolier who has way too much HP to try and burst down.
yeah, and again, with the buff that they gave to Pangolier, where it's a 3-second cooldown on the shield crash during Rolling Thunder, you with an Aghanim Scepter, you're getting a lot of little bits of damage out there.
Yeah, it's a lot. Took the Swashbuckle damage talent as well.
Yeah.
He hurts, man. This is probably the biggest hero for Secret to try and take out in the fight, and the biggest hero for Liquid to play around. If you can send the Pango in with a Frost Shield, create some havoc, maybe find the supports off the Boxy Blink, which is finally online. Sounds like a decent way to set it up.
Are scanning.
I mean, an Aegis would have helped you, but sure. Beggars can't be choosers here. Was also an Aghanim's picked up for Saberlight, who also has his 15 and 20 talents here. This Visage is pumping out a lot more damage, has Quiver on top of it. Like, he built the auras for the early game, but now he's trying to pick up some of the scale and just probably find the Shaman, find the Furion, burst down on an easy target at the start of the fight, give Liquid a numbers advantage.
Yeah, I immediately thought of Yamich when we were thinking about
he's
gagging
gonna
him
melt,
after,
dude.
like,
If Saberlight finds Yamich, he is gone in 1 second. There is no saving it.
but what about the 1 armor buff, Avery?
Get some feathers coming out. I mean, 1 armor, yeah. We get about 10 more of those. He'll do okay.
All right, so who got the feather? Mid one. So 25% evasion and 30 movement speed, which is a ton. He's going to need every bit of movement speed here.
At least he gets lifted up to die.
Hey, look at him.
That's nice to add an animation for it. I mean, mid one is also very squishy in this game. And we're talking about Yamich getting bursted. I mean, if mid one gets found, he's just gone too. He has no defensive capability in this game yet. It's just all offensive based on the Chronosphere. So, again, I feel like initiations favor Liquid so much in this game. It's about who box you can find, how Nisha goes in, and just if you find any of these spellcasters, you're very happy.
Which is where Boom and maybe Puppy, but mostly Boom, have to step up the most, right? Like, those are the heroes that can frontline for you.
Right.
They can give you the initiation, allow Crystallis an easier time to follow up and find a better Chronosphere.
And Hex finished for Boom as well. This Hex is cheaper now, so we're probably going to see a lot more of it in the meta.
Yeah. Also means he can build into Refresher and have the mana to be able to double Arena later on.
Yeah, 30 in. It's a lot. So he has 1,400 mana now. He even took a Timeless Relic. I mean, Boom's stuns are pretty nasty here. He goes in, he can hit 2 people off the spear, he can hex somebody, he can nullify or somebody else. You get a Refresher for all that. He becomes a terrifying force in his own right.
And the fact that he could do it all off of Link's Spear into the arena. Boom was already employing that before. Gotta say, I mean, his play is as an offlaner lately has been looking pretty strong.
We're going to see some more new neutral items. Rattle Cage for the lid.
Rattle Cage.
Okay. He just wants the armor, I guess, because I don't know if the physical damage coming out is that high as they get a catch.
Beautiful pickup onto Mickey. If they can finish him off, the Cataclysm, and they're going to use the Chronosphere.
Now, can Liquid take this fight just off of Nisha's firing power and I guess the mana drain?
Yeah, mana drain. Time walks away, jumps back in. Yamich now going to run interception as he gets some disables in. Mid one's here as well. Trying to control up these heroes as much as possible. Nisha's almost finished off Boom by himself. Tries to dodge the swashbuckle, but he gets the blink away.
And now you're
Boom, and he comes back in with a nullifier. Aeon Disc will remove some of that disable, but it's not going to last for long as Hex comes out. Another swashbuckle overweight to the side.
This Pango, man.
Trying to get away from Crystallis while they're going for mid one on the side. Saberlight, his damage is amping up on the Visage, and now they got the disables. Boxy going for Saberlight. Lincoln protects him once. He's trying to keep his distance. The Visage familiars are dropping on him. He's got Yamich and Puppy joining him now. They're going to go for Nisha. Got him with the Hex. Can they finish him off? They need to be able to get one more hit. He got him in time.
He got
but at the same time, Crystallis can't fight against the damage of the Visage. Saberlight will be able to stand tall while the rest of his cores fall, and he will help deliver the kills to wipe Team Secret.
Oh, this buyback from Boxy did so much work in this fight. The fact he's able to get down there because this tier 1 is still up for Liquid on the bottom lane. But look at the damage coming out from Saberlight. Holy crap, man. He dealt 12,000 over the course of that. 3 hexes, double greaves, 9 soul assumptions with that level 15 talent hitting 3 heroes. I mean, that is what does it right there.
I'm quoting him and also paraphrasing for him. He said that in the group stage he played on like crap. And he put some of Team Liquid's performance on himself. But he said, when we get to playoffs, I'm going to carry these guys, just watch. And boy, he shows up at the right time.
Let's be fair. A lot of that fight is Nisha just being unkillable for so damn long with the Disperser debuffs and the Aeon Disc. But Saberlight definitely carried the damage load as Mickey went down without getting anything off. Secret had a 5v4 without Liquid's carry. And the other 2 cores are strong enough to pick up the slack. They're
damn it, I don't know if you wanted to do that.
Yeah,
and poke the bear.
Where you want it to be.
And Boxy immediately jumps in and gets the Hex, and he gets the 2-man stun right as Boom tried to jump and counter him. Invulnerable now. They're going to try and just hit him, but Mickey comes in Wukong's command, trying to kill the line. Yeah, they hit him, but they're stuck inside the Wukong's command. A lot of damage delivered back out with the soul assumptions.
That's a dieback for Boxy. Gem on the ground.
We'll get the gem, and they'll get out.
Liquid gonna take their victory and escape. That also pushed Saberlight to level 25 on this Visage here, so he gets all of his best talents. Another familiar.
Look at this
He has
move.
the corruption. Yeah, mid one's trying to catch here. I mean, he knows there's cooldowns.
Yeah,
for
but
Liquid.
he's way far ahead of his team. He is entirely solo.
Didn't keep track of where that gem was. Maybe just didn't see Saberlight.
Yeah.
Saberlight will add another notch to the belt here. I mean, he is just taking this game over in the later stages. It feels like 15-3 and 11.
And Puppey does manage to sneak the Wisdom Rune away from them.
Whose items are these? Why are there just items on the ground? There's just a Quelling Blade, a Blight. Someone's opening their own secret shop or what?
It's the missing side shop. He's coming back.
Ah, that's the new patch.
Yeah. So another familiar for the Visage, which, you know, I mean, he's already outputting crazy damage, but with that talent.
I mean, it's level 25 for Nisha as well. These are big level 25 talents. And this Rolling Thunder it's been unstoppable. It feels like you have to chrono him, but then you also have to line up the nullifier from Boom on the Pango in the chrono. It's very awkward, right?
Yeah.
I can't believe Boxy's still dead. His timer's so long.
Oh, yeah.
Just forever. He also has that cone talent for the Impale. It feels like if you don't take out this line, he actually causes you problems. I mean, you get mana drained pretty fast over the course of a fight. Crystallis was just out of mana at the end there. Otherwise, I think he might clean that up with another time dilation. Gem in the Pit will scout Roshan, and this is Banner plus Refresher Shard.
Oh, yeah. Do we have cheese on second Roshan? I didn't even see what second Roshan. No, they got a Radiant side, right? Where was the banner?
That's what I'm thinking. What?
Did I miss it?
Maybe it got planted. I don't know. Either way, this will be a banner. And since Liquid didn't take the previous one, they don't get roared.
That is true.
The Refresher Shard and Banner to Nisha here.
I mean, how many Rolling Thunders do you need?
I mean, the way these have been working out, I'll take everyone I can get. Even has a shield rune in his bottle right now. So if this nullifier does not go on Nisha, he is absolutely immortal in that fight.
That's scary stuff for Team Secret. It's just going to try and sneak a little split push here, TP away. And he does not die for once.
Yeah, nobody kills Shadow Shaman 17 times. Let your lesson be learned.
No, I'm pretty sure he's going to die 17 times at least.
He might get to 20. He might get to 20. We'll see. Or is
down?
I mean, that's the Shield Rune Pango, though.
Yeah, the Shield Rune Pango is going to be tough to be able to fight through, and he slipped in the Aeon Disc as well. And oh no, the stun came out onto Boom right as he was trying to get the Nullifier onto the Pango. Now his BKB is going to be wasted, and now the Faceless Void is being controlled up as well. Oh, this is looking really, really bad for Team Secret. Cataclysm goes out, no follow-up to it whatsoever. They're going to leave Boom behind as everybody else get out.
Foxy's not even dead. Oh, he gets sprouted. No,
Sprouted? No!
The train!
Siphon!
He's too powerful.
No, the creep died! The Siphon ran out because the creep died. Chrysalis is going to try to
no mana
away, but he's running out of mana. He only has so much more to be able to work with. The Meatball's going to come down, but the Invoker's already dead.
He needs to get the hell out.
But he's low, and Insania actually right in front of him. Now comes out Arena.
Turnaround.
Spear, that's pretty nice. Coming with some of the buybacks, though. They have to control these heroes. Oh, he got bumped out of the Chronosphere. That's okay, he's still controlled up, he'll still die. No, rolled up for a second. No, okay, he does go down, but at the same time,
buyback from Nisha.
He needs help. He's all out of mana. Somebody give him some mana. He's going to die like this.
Nisha is back, and that means you need to get the hell out right now. Do you have buybacks on Secret? You have Crystallises, you have the Shaman, but nothing for mid one here. And without a Chrono,
and he gets pulled back 8 by the Hurricane Pike. Sure, Chrysalis buybacks, but without a Chronosphere, what does it really matter?
Refresh from Nisha.
He rolls it up. For staff, it's only going to do
no time walk.
There's too many disables and die back there. And that's just it. Nobody has buyback on the side of Secret. Puppey, the captain, will be the last to go. Last to go with the ship. He will fall, and that's going to be GG. Team Liquid take game one.
What a performance here from all three cores on Liquid at various points in that game. Mickey carried this last fight with over 13